Thank you for honoring our invitation to be here again today.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you, ma. All right, my name is Victor Sani. I'll be having a few time with our sister Esther Narbe, a songwriter and entrepreneur. Yeah, ma, are you a student?
No, I'm not.
You're not a student. Okay, what phase are you now, education-wise?
I just graduated. I didn't just graduate. I graduated 2 years ago.
You graduated 2 years ago. Oh wow, ma, what did you study?
Special education.
Special education.
Yes.
Okay, it's a nice one, ma. So a quick one, ma. Say you are a songwriter.
Yes.
Help us understand what type of song, kind of song you write. Secular songs, gospel songs. Yeah, I know. People just they have a lot of debate about songs lately.
Yeah.
So I want us to be specific on what we are dealing with tonight. So you write gospel songs.
Yes, I write gospel songs. Strictly gospel songs.
Okay. So for how long have you been writing songs?
Writing songs. Maybe 4 years. Writing.
Okay.
Songs.
Okay.
Not singing.
So do you have some of your songs out there?
Yes, I have a couple, and I
Okay.
just released one last month.
Last month.
Yes.
Okay. What is it all about? The title, is it an EP?
No, just a single.
Okay.
It's gratitude. Yes, basically.
Okay.
And it talks about the love of God, how that He has chosen us, how that He has called us, and how that He died for us on the cross. Basically, how He put on our shame
Okay.
on Himself and stood in our stead.
Okay.
Yes.
So what actually was the story behind the song? I know something must be responsible for that song. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think for me, it was the fact that growing up, I had to do things to myself to some extent. So I could just literally see the hand of God in my life from my days in school and after I graduated. And that was like the core of the song. Just me being grateful for everything He has done.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. From my knowledge about you, a little I know about you, you've traveled around, yeah, and you've seen a lot of things going on out there with music. Should I call it industry now? As in the kingdom per se.
Yeah.
And you've seen a lot of things out there. Can you share your experience a little? How far you've come in the music ministry?
Well, that question is a broad question.
Okay.
But I would want to say I've been out there for a while, and I was able to work with certain people. I was able to learn a lot of things. I was able to associate with like the broader space, and I can say that there's a lot going on out there. There's a lot going on out there, and it takes a whole lot to be sane
To be sane.
yes, in
Wow.
that environment, because
Okay.
it puts you on a level where it will test your faith and the things you believe in and the core, which is God.
Okay.
Yes, so that's
Sorry to take you back a little. By God's grace, we have shared stage with some notable songs ministers in Nigeria. I don't know whether, if you mind, I want to mention names. Is that okay by you?
okay.
Yeah, you have shared stage with people like Pastor Solomon Lange. Is
Yeah.
that true?
Yes.
I don't know. I saw some videos as at last year. It's like you were at the experience 2025.
Yes, I was.
Okay. So how was your experience like sharing stage with this kind of people and traveling out there to see how things are done in the music ministry? Do you think that there is more we need to do around here? Has that exposed you in any way?
Well, I would say that it's not so different out there in terms of what we are already doing here.
Okay.
I just feel like they have the platform
Okay.
and we don't here.
Okay, they have the platform.
They have the platform
and we don't have
it here.
Okay.
So, but the normal ministrations we go for is the same thing they do, but on a bigger platform.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think it's anything different.
Okay. So talking about platforms, what do you think we can now do to create that platform in our zone here? What do you think we can do, especially for people of your kind and for the younger generation that are coming up in the music ministry? What do you think we can do to create that platform within this environment?
That's a very big platform. It's worldwide. The express is worldwide. So I feel like holding events or concerts may not cut it.
Okay.
It may not cut it because the world is now a global village, right?
Yeah.
So I think we should dive more into media.
Okay.
Not just
we should take advantage of the media space. Okay.
Not just holding physical meetings. As much as we can do that, there should be moments that we capture and put them out there for other people to experience.
Okay.
Yes, because there are certain people that are not within our own reach here. So how do we reach those people? It is through media.
Okay.
But what we do here is we just hold concerts and that's it. That's about that.
Okay.
So I think we should pay more attention to putting out things and growing our media space in this part of the country.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. If there's one thing I've picked from here is that you mentioned that we need to pay attention more to the media space, how we need to take advantage of the media space in order to be out there globally.
Yeah.
All right, that is very true. If there's one thing I've noticed so far, I've been on this space for a little time now, and seeing all that is happening outside our environment, I discovered one unique thing about these people is that they collaborate.
Yes, a lot they do.
So do you think that is a major challenge in our environment here?
Yes, it is.
Okay, can you share more light on that?
Because the outside world believe that I have an audience and you have an audience. So the best way to reach more people is to join forces.
Okay.
So when we do a song together, people who listen to me would automatically listen to you.
Okay.
And people who listen to you would, by that same virtue, listen to me.
Okay.
But in this part of the world, it's like one man to himself.
Okay, every man for himself.
Yeah, so it's me, it's my thing. I want to put it out.
Okay.
So that it will be.
I want to be the only man on the show.
Yeah.
The only man on
I don't
the
want to share my space. I don't want to share with anybody. So it's like everybody's trying to build an empire by themselves without understanding that it has to be a collective effort. Yes, so I think that we should do more of collaborations here.
Okay. Talking about collaboration, let me go a little into the entertainment. Should I call it industry now, or entertainment ministry? Okay, that word ministry. Okay, now there are some of these guys that are coming up within the states. They are into one comedy skit or the other.
Yeah.
I discovered that some of them are working all alone. They don't collaborate. They don't find a common ground where they can work together. I was talking to someone I know the other time that this young man is into comedy. He shoot skits here and there. And then I asked him a question. Do you have a platform where you relate together as entertainers within the zone, within this state? He said yes. I said, okay, how many people on that platform? He was like close to 250. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That is a lot. So I now asked him a question. After shooting some of your videos, do you post on that platform? He said yes. I said, okay, how many of them reshare
or engage
your videos? It was like, it's not even up to 10. I said, okay, how do you intend to grow? So imagine if I put my videos online, and I have over 100 people on that platform, and let's say the day I posted it, let's give room for other factors that may be responsible for people not being online as at that time. Let's say out of 100, I have like 40 persons online as at the time I posted it.
Yeah.
So imagine 40 persons engaging that video.
Yeah.
How far it will go. But we are in a time where we want to run alone. Do you think running alone will make us succeed in what we do? Ministerially now?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But I think it's like it has two sides to this thing.
Okay.
So if people see value in what you do, I feel like they would engage, they would share. At least I can speak for myself.
Okay.
If I see value in what you do, I would share it. I would comment. Right? But at the same time, there are still people who would see value, but they don't see value in you as a person.
Okay.
Even though what you are putting out has value.
Values, yeah.
Yeah.
But they have not come to buy you yet.
Yes, probably because you've been in the same space over a period of time, and then you are somebody that they've seen. They call it see finish.
See finish. Okay.
So, but basically, I feel like if we engage more on each other's content, it would push. It would do a lot.
Okay, so it's more like how do I put it now? It's more like what you are doing is okay, but because it's coming from you, it's not important.
Yeah.
Because if that same thing, if another person out there is doing it, you see how we roll around the whole person.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So talking about producing value, creating value, I think the place of consistency matter in what we do.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the question I want to ask from this aspect now. Do I have to be naked to produce value to this generation? If you understand what I mean.
No, you don't have to be naked to put out value.
Okay.
For this generation.
Okay.
You don't.
Okay.
But it takes so much more. Yes, because the attention span of this new generation is very short. So for you to keep their attention in the right way, you have to put in a lot of work.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, ma.
Thank you.
We are coming back to you again. Yeah. Okay. So, music-wise,
yes,
you've been in the music ministry for a time now, and God has helped you through the years, and we are sure that His hand is still upon you, and is still helping you. So, where are you currently? What are you doing currently as concerning your music ministry, ma?
This question always keeps me at a pause, because it's safe to say that I am at the point where I am withdrawn.
You are what?
I'm withdrawn.
You are withdrawn?
Yes.
Okay.
Not that I'm doing music actively, but I am withdrawn from it.
Okay, can you help us?
In the sense that over 3 to 4 years, I have been moving around. And I forgot the essence of what I was given in the first place.
Okay.
Yes. So I am at the point where I am retrieving back myself.
Okay.
From the noise.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you are withdrawing from the crowd.
Yes.
Okay. So that you can rebuild.
I'm rebuilding.
Okay.
I'm building something different.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm actively doing music, but building something different.
Okay, you talked about you've been around, you've been going around. Were you just wandering from place to place, and what made you return back? Is it that there was absence of peace, or how do you arrive at a point that you feel like, hey, Kai, I am not where I am supposed to be? What really happened?
So it doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but it's not supposed to make sense to you, actually. Yes. When I say moving around, growing up, the aim was to become known.
Okay. Not to be popular, famous.
Okay. Influential and all that. And me, I always wanted to be an independent woman. So I felt like, okay, I can actually focus on doing this music thing, and it will become like a very big thing for me. So I invested those years in just being rowdy, being all over the place. because I was trying to find something.
So did you find that thing?
I did not find it. No, I found it.
Okay.
I found it, but it was not it.
Okay. You found
Yeah.
something at the end of the day.
I found
But
something.
that which you got hold of
Yes,
was
was
not
not
what you were
it.
even looking for.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought that was what I wanted. But when I got it, I realized that that was not what I needed.
What you wanted.
Yes.
Now what you got, you realized that it was not what you
What
needed.
I needed. So, by the grace of God, I have met a series of people that I didn't think I was ever going to meet in my life. So if you have to say 100% out of the gospel ministers in Nigeria, I've met 98% of them.
Wow, I'm just hearing that for the first time.
I've met 98% of them.
Like one-on-one encounter.
One-on-one encounter.
Okay.
And then
I saw as though you showed this thing up there on the media space. Okay.
it's not
about the show up.
Yeah,
many of us, when we get to meet with these popular people, the next thing that comes to our mind is to take picture, take video. Hey,
that's the point that bothers me as a person.
Okay.
Because it feels strange to me that that's like the normal reaction. But when I meet these people, they're like every normal person to me. So when people are rushing, oh, I want to take a picture and all that, I'm like, okay, give me the phone, let me help you take pictures for you. Let me snap you people together. So I'm not interested in, identifying myself like, okay, I met this person. Oh, see the picture, see evidence.
Yeah.
No,
evidence full everywhere.
It's not in me at all. That's not my kind of person.
Yeah.
So I don't even feel like people like that will take you seriously.
Yeah.
When you meet people like that and all you're looking for is a picture, I'm sure you're going to get that picture and nothing more than that. Yes. So I'm not much of a person who puts out my things on social media. I only put out the things I want you to know and the things I want you to see. So your question was, did I get what I said yes, I got what I was looking for, but it was not it. So I was moving from church to church. I was a professional backup singer for an artist. So I had gone and traveled places. But when I returned from those trips, I felt emptier than I was, right? And I had that conversation with you when I said I felt like I was robbing God. Yeah. So I didn't have peace. At first, I felt like, okay, it was the new environment. I was going to settle in with time. It was adulthood, adulting and all that. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. What's happening? It's like the intensity of the restlessness was becoming so much. I could not sleep. Yeah, when I tried to sleep, I couldn't sleep. It was like my heart was racing all the time. And I knew what it was, but I was still in denial. Like, God, you cannot do this one to me, After I come this far, you cannot do that to me. So basically that was it. That was it.
So you are back to Adulam at this point.
Yes.
You are back to rebuild, to re-strategize before you step out again. Okay, on a quick one, ma. Do you think your moving around was as a result of having the right counsel, not having the right counsel?
I had the right counsel,
okay,
but I did not hear word.
You said?
I did not hear word.
You did not hear word?
Yes.
Okay, can you help us to explain?
I had the right counsel. Yeah, the church where I was worshiping in school then. I mean, I had a one-on-one conversation with my pastor that period. And he had the stance of, if you're working for God, you work for him because you love him and you love what he's about.
Yeah.
Not because there's something you're looking out for,
yeah,
or there's something you want to receive. So it was so clear that I was going out there because there was something I wanted. So I had the counsel, but I didn't take it.
Okay.
Yeah, even when I came back and then I still left again, I had the counsel, but I did not still listen. I went there on my own accord. Yeah.
Okay, so what will you now say to somebody out there who is embarking on the same journey, music wise?
The point is, experience is the best teacher. So if you say you'll not hear words, go and sit for yourself and come back. But the point is, you just wasting your time, not God's time. He would always leave those clues, those hints, those voices. But sometimes we feel like, okay, maybe it's my head talking to me and all that. I tell you, before I left that time, I was studying more and doing more of, the listening.
Okay.
Yeah. So before I went back to my own running around, God told me that if you do not complete this thing, you will still go back and come back to it again. It was when I came back last month when I came back home that I was just going through my notes, and then I saw that thing again. I said, oh God, I don't come back. Oh. And then it now reminded me of that thing you always say, that you cannot skip classes.
Yeah.
So when you go and run around, you still come back and do that thing that you don't want to do. So it's just better you do it.
Okay, that reminds me again that in this kingdom, some of us think we have elective courses.
Bam.
And we can skip classes and then have our way. One thing with this kingdom is that you can skip classes for all you want, but you see, you will always come back to take up those classes. God is a God of principles. He's a God of order, and if He wants us to do something, He wants us to do it in the right way, following the right principles. All right, the Lord will help us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
We actually thank God for what God has been doing with you over the years, for where you are now and what you are planning to do. It is our next prayer that the Lord will bring it to pass and lift you from where you are to your next phase in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Do we have to wait for a perfect condition before we can step out to carry out our assignment as ministers of the Gospels?
No, we don't have to wait.
Okay.
Because the condition will not always be perfect. You just have to start something, and on the way to get better and better.
Okay. So what about those that are feeling, okay, if I start, what about the finance? I don't have the gadgets. I don't have what it takes yet to step out there. What do we say to them? Shalom.
Find a way.
Find a way.
Find a way. Speak to somebody who can lend you their gadgets and do what you need to do. Just find a way. There's always a way.
Okay. There is always a way.
There's always a way.
Okay. For you to step out there is always a way. So we don't have to wait for a perfect condition before we step out there.
Step out.
Okay. So what are we having currently? Do you have any plans on ground? Something coming up soon?
Yeah, I'm still working on some songs. I'm going to be putting out a lot of songs this year.
Okay.
Yeah. So aside my songs, I'm planning to launch fully into creating Christocentric content.
What?
Christocentric content.
Christocentric content. Okay, can you share light on that?
Like Christ-centered content.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically relating to women. I'm going to be touching on other aspects, but that's like something I'm very passionate about.
Okay.
Yes, young women, young ladies, little girls.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So are there things that you are putting in place to bring that into reality?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm currently setting up my space, my studio space.
Wow.
I'm going to be doing those things.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm actively doing that.
So are we having that in Akwanga here or outside Akwanga?
In Akwanga here.
Okay. So that means we are at a point where the river can now flow into the ocean.
That's like a personal joke, but yes.
But do you remember, right?
Okay.
Okay. So the river is ready now to flow into the ocean.
Bam.
Okay. We are glad to hear that you are up to something, and what God is doing with you, and we are encouraged we love you personally and as a ministry, what God is using you to do in our generation. Before we take a wrap tonight, ma, talking about the place of mentorship, the place of guidance, what do you have to say about that? Let me give you an instance. I was out some times ago with a member of the ministry, and we came across some young men who have been in the four walls of the church. They have been active in the church some times ago, and suddenly we don't see them in the church again. They vanish into thin air. They come to church, maybe like, okay, let not be that we're not going to church, but you know that they are not in the church anymore. You get the point? And I was talking to that member. I said, see these people, the problem they had was that they were in the church, but they were headless. So she was like, how do I mean? I said, many of them were in the church, but they were not under an authority. Nobody was speaking over their lives. Nobody was giving them instruction. Nobody was telling them, hey, sit down here. Don't sit here. Go here. Don't go here. You know, they see it as somebody ordering their lives around. You get? Not forgetting the fact that we are not designed to run all alone by ourselves. There are people that have gone ahead of us, and we don't need to make the same mistake they made already, because they made that mistake already on our behalf. You get? So if we are headless, what are the implications of somebody who know there's a call of God upon his or her life, be it as a word minister, be it as a music minister, be it as a spoken word minister, whichever ministry that the Lord has called you into? What is your counsel to someone concerning being a headless person?
As a headless person, you run around like a headless chicken.
Okay.
Yes. And you'll be exposed to a lot, because obviously you've not lived this life before. So the advantage is that that person who is probably way older, that you speak to, you submit to, has gone through things that you haven't. So the person is in the best position to tell you that this road is going to lead to a ditch, or don't go to that side, follow this other road. But we now want to follow that road and see what's there, see for ourselves. So see for yourself. But if you're the type that you feel like you don't have that time to waste and run around, it's best to get somebody you trust, somebody you respect, somebody who is honorable, somebody who truly cares about you as a person. Not even what you do, let's keep that aside, you as a human being.
Yeah.
Because this whole submission thing, it has another side to it.
Okay.
So basically, just get somebody who you trust, who loves you genuinely, and has the fear of God in them for guidance.
Okay.
Because when you are putting your life on someone's hands to say, please guide me, give me counsel, it means that 95% of the decisions you'll be making, you'll be running them through that person. And if you are the type that listens, you would listen to the person's counsel. So let's say, for example, the person is selfish, and then the person will tend to give you advice that would only benefit them, not you as a person. For example, let's say the person runs a church or something, and that's somebody you are submitting to. And if you're bringing certain matters to them, they are weighing it on the basis of how does this affect? Yeah, how does this affect my ministry? How does it affect my own progress? You understand? So the person has to be neutral when it comes to you, and also love you as a person, honestly, and have the fear of God. But generally, you need somebody to submit to. It's going to save you a lot, and it will give you a safe community. Instead of going around and sharing your problems with everybody and then you become public announcements, have somebody you trust that you can speak to and you can listen to.
You know, you made emphasis on having someone who have the fear of God. And you said that this submission thing have the other side.
Yes.
So do you mind saying something a little about that? Do you have experience?
I have first-hand experiences about this.
Okay.
So what I will just say, because I'm not going to go into detail, but what I will say is, men, if possible, submit to men. Women, if possible, submit to women.
Okay.
But in cases where you cannot find women that are actually there, then maybe you can submit to a man that has a fear of
Fear
God.
of God. Emphasis on the fear of God.
Emphasis on fear of God.
Okay.
Yes.
So do we still have people that still have the fear of God in our days?
Yes, of course we do. We have them.
Okay.
I have them.
Okay. So talking about this issue of submission, I've seen how things are done. I'm trying to be careful to not say certain things on air, but it pains my heart that I see, when you're talking about things, people do things to their own advantage. I've seen that happen around here.
Yeah.
You get, you are seeing a young man or a young lady who is up and doing, and you know that the capacity the person has built is going beyond where you are, even as a spiritual head.
Yeah.
But you are doing everything possible to keep them tied down to you, to be worshiping you, to be serving you all the days of their lives. So what is the essence of the submission? No, when Jesus called the disciples to himself, he equipped them that he might send them out.
Yes, send them out.
You get? But how come in our days we equip people and then we keep them to ourselves?
Yeah.
They should be serving us, and then we call it growth. Is that growth?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not growth at all. Maybe you can call it service, but it's not growth.
Okay.
Yeah. The essence is to train them, build them up, and send them out to also communicate the same thing you have received and you have communicated to them. That's how the gospel progresses. So you cannot train people, equip them, and keep them in the same place and expect that the gospel progresses. How does that happen? One person cannot propagate the gospel. That's why we have to build the army. Yes, so it's not, I don't think it's proper to equip people and just keep them in the same spot, because you feel like their allegiance is to you and you alone.
Okay. So on a final note, this is more ministerial. Everything I've been saying since is in line with ministry. I'm talking about the place of sheep stealing. I've had a first-hand experience where, for instance, you mentioned that you want to join the ushering unit in fame, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And these are fellow ministers that they know you are serving in fame. You are not just a random members, like you are dedicated, you are committed to this place. And then somehow, some of our colleagues goes around to try to talk you into leaving where you are to come and join them. We call that church growth or ministry expansion.
That's demonic.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, okay, so only only a demon wants to talk you out of actual service into something else. Because if truly we are saying the body of Christ is one, and then there's a ministry that has set of workers there, and you as another ministry owner is going about or going behind to cajole them to leave that place and come join you, I feel like it's demonic. Basically, but I feel like even the person that agreed to be swept away is not a serious person. Except, of course, maybe God has instructed you
to leave. Yeah.
Yes, that's a different case. But in the case where you are connected to this place, you are serving and you are satisfied with what you are getting there, and then you leave because you've seen a fancier place, let's put it like that, because there's this pandemic of that's the new place in town. Yes. So once there's a new ministry, once there's another new, they'll leave that one and go to the other one. That's how it happens here. That's what I have noticed personally. So it's a two-way thing for the person that swayed and the person that allowed himself to be swayed. But generally, that's very wrong. Allow people to their convictions, allow them to their leadings.
All right, ma. Thank you very much for being on this show with us. We are happy to have you, ma.
Thank you.
So, any final word from you?
What I would say is your journey is different from the next person's journey. So as much as you receive counsel, always go back to the source, which is God, because that's the person that has like the blueprints of your life. Another person can say, oh, that's how you worked for me, you go there, they'll go and beat you. So find what works for you and do it with your full chest, because people would always have things to say about what you do, what you've done, what you're going to do. So if you live by that, then you might be living in error. So basically just do what works for you according to God's will, not anybody.
Okay. And there's a need to get your place and sit down.
Nobody wants to sit down these days.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit down. I don't want to sit down. In the next future, you will lie down. That's what's gonna happen to you. I'm just telling you.
So if you don't sit down, you will lie
down. It's alright.
Because I've seen some of our young people that they don't want to sit down in one place. They are jumping from one place to another. Today they are with this person, next month they are with that person. And one thing they fail to understand is that as you are jumping about, the people that you are jumping from, they know who you are.
Papa.
Okay.
When I was in school in my church was a worded church. So if a pastor doesn't preach maybe 2 hours, like strictly Bible, we are reading Bible and doing Bible study. But when I left there, I said no traveling, no one will go for events. We barely stay. Maybe after the administration, we'll just go back to the hotel. So that thing, I didn't know that thing affected me until the day I went back to church. I got into church, not up to 20 minutes. It was like something was choking me in my body. I can't stay here, I can't enjoy it. It's why people wasting time. The same place that I would be before service and after service. So that thing has a way of affecting you and affecting how much you are willing to learn, because you feel like you know everything now. So get a place and be planted. That's the only way you can grow.
Be planted and stay planted. When you uproot yourself, the danger is that you are trying to go and replant yourself in a new environment, and somehow their soil will not be fitting enough.
Or they are not watering you well, and you die.
That is when you say you will lie down.
You lie down.
Oh, thank you very much, ma. We are glad to have you. This is Esther Narbe, a songs minister, an entrepreneur, and more.
And more.
I would want to temper with the aspect of marriage and relationship, but not for today. We'll have her back again. Maybe when her wedding card is out. You know what? Thank you very much, ma.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you.
We'll have you next time again. Light out.